Have you ever felt constantly busy, yet completely empty? You're doing all the things, working, posting, pushing through, but your heart feels dry, your soul feels disconnected, and even when you finally stop to breathe, peace never really comes. If that's you, you need to hear this. The enemy knows he can't always destroy you, so instead, he distracts you. His most subtle weapon isn't always sin, it's busyness. He keeps your calendar full, your notifications constant, your thoughts racing, your heart divided, and you wake up wondering why your joy disappeared, why you don't feel connected to God like you used to, why everything feels shallow, even though you're doing so much. This is not just emotional exhaustion, this is spiritual warfare disguised as a productive life. In John 10:10, Jesus warned us, "The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I came that they may have life and have it more abundantly." How does the thief steal, kill, and destroy belief? Not always through rebellion. Sometimes just through distraction. The truth is, you can be busy for God and still far from Him. The enemy is fine with you being active as long as you're spiritually absent. He doesn't care if you go to church, serve, and work, as long as you're too tired to pray, too distracted to hear God's voice, too drained to sit still and worship. He doesn't need to make you bad. He just needs to keep you busy. That's why Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." Stillness is spiritual. Stillness is powerful. Stillness is where you hear God clearly and remember who you are. But most of us don't live in stillness. We live in survival. We live in urgency, noise, and pressure to keep going. The enemy wants you rushed because rushed people rarely recognize the voice of God. You start making decisions without praying. You say yes to things God never assigned. You get used to moving so fast that you stop asking God if you're even supposed to be in this lane at all. And that's where the emptiness begins. You might look successful on the outside, but inside you're tired, distracted, and spiritually dry. That's not how God designed you to live. The weight you're feeling may not be a lack of strength. It might be a lack of alignment. God doesn't call you to run in every direction. He calls you to walk with Him. If you're constantly exhausted, anxious, burned out, and distant from God, don't just push through. Ask yourself, am I doing what God called me to do? Or am I just doing what I feel expected to do? In Luke 10:41-42, Jesus told Martha, "You are worried and upset about many things, but only one thing is necessary. Mary has chosen what is better." Martha was busy serving. Mary was sitting with Jesus. Both were doing good things, but only one was present with God. Here's what the enemy fears the most. Not your busyness, not your schedule, not your success. He fears your stillness with God. He fears the moment you unplug from the world, shut down the noise, and say, "Lord, I miss you. Speak to me again," because that's when peace returns. That's when identity is restored. That's when your purpose becomes clear. So what should you do? Slow down. God's voice isn't in the rush, it's in the quiet. Protect your time with Him. Just like you guard your phone and your tasks, guard your stillness. Open your Bible. Sit in silence. Pray without performing. Let go of what God never assigned. You're not called to carry everything. Busyness is not always obedience. Matthew 11:28 says, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." God's rest isn't just physical, it's soul rest. The kind of rest that resets your heart, that aligns your spirit, that makes you whole again. The truth is, if the devil can't get you to rebel, he'll try to get you to run in circles. Too fast to notice you've drifted, too numb to care that you've changed, too overwhelmed to remember what matters. But today, this is your reminder. You don't have to live drained. You don't have to live distant from God. You don't have to prove yourself by how much you do. God is not impressed with your hustle. He is moved by your heart. So pause, breathe, step away from what's distracting you, and come back to the one who never left. Back to the stillness, back to His word, back to the place where peace lives. Because God doesn't just want you productive, He wants you present. And you'll never be truly full until you're filled with Him.